Hello everyone, and welcome to part 4 of the War Machine from War of the Worlds. Today we're actually going to start putting the hull together. We're actually glued two halves together. But before we do that, we want to make sure all our interior lighting is working, because once it's closed up, it's a pain to get to. So we'll make sure all that's working, do some tests, and then start gluing this hull down. So let's get started. Well, hello, and welcome back. Here we are on the 1955 War of the Worlds War Machine. All the wiring's done. I showed you how I did these, where these control the outer ones, and then all I did is bring all the neutrals together, all the hots together from here as well. Brought these negatives all together. Took a wire that has a positive and negative, brought that together. That's going to be for the LED strip that I will put to the front of here. That will do all after paint, but at least I put a notch there so that this wire can sit like that. Eventually we'll just leave it like that, and then we'll trim it and hopefully get it to push in, and then glue that down. What else do we do? I put this in, and then where I have the wire coming, that's going to come and get tucked in here and hidden, and then I drilled holes through, and then I drilled them a little bigger on the actual body of the ship than what this is, for the fact that we're going to have to solder on here, because we're going to put wires permanently in here and up in these holes, and that way we can glue it in here good and paint it and do all that side stuff separate from this, and then we'll solder them together, and then we'll just push these guys, in theory, back up through. But needed the holes bigger because there's going to be a little bit of a solder joint there, so almost wondering if I should go bigger than that. No, I'll try to do a little twist. But I'll try to cut these down to like really close, and we'll do a little twist, so there's not going to be a lot going up there. So, but there we go. And then I soldered another pair of positive negative that's going to go up through here for the eye turret. We'll poke it up through here. This way I don't have to have this permanently on here while I'm painting, because I want to get some paint inside here, and yeah, I think it's just easier to work on the model without the eye turret on here. Plus I got a lot of fixing this seam up here, but hopefully we'll be able to push all this down in here, because I had to cut this and cut that so this wire can come up through, because they actually fit inside each other. So I just hit it with the grinder on the Dremel, and then I might just hit them with black just to make them look better, but I don't think it's going to be any light issue, because there's not a whole lot of light coming out of these, coming off of those, and even these, because they're pretty much inside the thing. So that's where we're at. But everything tested well. Everything's working, and I even touched onto these, so I make sure that these are actually sending power. Yeah, so it's time to glue it down. And it's nice to have this separate. And this is already glued onto this piece. That way I can finish this separately. And same with this. Yeah, but nothing to it but to do it. So I already ran a bit down in these holes to clean out the paint that gets in the holes, so we have a good plastic to plastic bond. And then I probably should give it a little better scuff. Some of these. species, and one's way out here. You want that plastic to plastic bond, because that's what the model cement really melts. In the paint, it'll start melting the paint, but then it kind of gets globby and never really fuses the plastic together. It's like welding two pieces of metal and they're dirty or oily. Alright. So there we go. Let's do a dry fit just to make sure things are excuse me, fitting well. Get that to go through the hole. It's hard to find. It's easier to catch that center one and then start. This wire here, you just gotta make sure it's notching in. Yeah, see, it's going together really nice. Those are fitting together good. This is a joint, we want to make sure it's tight. Same here. Yeah, and it's pretty simple. And most of your seam is going to be on the bottom edge. You can see the black. That's from the top folding over. So that's nice. Most of it gets hidden. Just in the nature of how they designed the kit. But yeah, and then there's our little wires. Hopefully, we'll cut those as short as we can too, and hopefully we can get them. Oh yeah. Top. Some of them will come down the hole, but that worked really good. Those were starting to tuck back in this ship. That way we'll just solder those right onto that and shove them all down. Alright, well, it dry fit really nice. So let's open her up. Fun. She does make a tight fit. Although grinding that center, this center thing here, so that I can have free mobility of these wires going up inside, and this turret will turn too. This guy will be able to turn, and I don't have any snags. Actually helped it align better, because these used to fit inside there, so that was almost like another peg you had to line up. Excuse me. Alright. So I think the best thing to do here is go straight up. I don't know if I'm going to want to tack some with super glue to get that good bond. I can do that one with super glue, make these a good bond. Or do these two with super glue. Glue, 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 and maybe super glue. Let's try that. Holes. Actually, that would be a good super glue one right there. Let's make this one up. The more welds we have, the better. get some of my medium super glue. And it's boom, boom. That's it. Yep. Go. Wire. You're in a notch. There we go. Yeah, and I got that good press right there, and I felt the whole thing really snug down tight. There we go. That went together really nice. All our wires. Yep. There she is. She's fitting so tight. And I doubt I'm going to get a clamp to even want to stay on it with this crazy shape. It just flicks right off there. So what we can do is take some tape. Tape on it. And we'll let it set up for like that, and then I'll just take the to me extra thin cement and go around all the seams to get all the seams solid. Yeah, it's not going to be really bad seam work at all. They actually gave you good bevels. They actually get good putty in there. And file that away. And we'll put some across the front there. Just to make sure that all those pegs here. This is like a weird transparent paint. Like, like I can see the pegs, so I know where to press. That's kind of nice. There we have it. So there we go. She's glued together. We'll let it set and come back next time, and we'll start taking care of these seams. Like I said, the only other thing I'm going to do once it sets up and I can take the tape off is I'll run some extra thin Tamiya cement in those seams, and it'll close up and give a bond on the whole entire seam, so we don't get any separating. That way when we putty, we won't have to worry about it cracking. If it's loose here, and you can kind of squeeze it in the two halves kind of just a little. Because I'm going to use the spot putty, and it's not flexible, so it will want to crack. It's mainly for it says even here fills pinholes, scratches, and minor dings and hairline cracks. Use on metal, wood, fiberglass, and sanding, primer, and paint. So this is great stuff, but if you have huge cracks, you want to get some type of contour putty, like the good old regular old testers, contour petty. Or I know I want to get some bigger stuff. There's other stuff out there that I can get in bulk. But there we go. So let's let that cure, and until next time, we'll get to puttying. Thanks for watching.